we have Sarah Molina,
Hey.
who many of you know is the mother of Tekashi 6ix9ine's daughter and has been part of the whole Tekashi story, that's played out on social media and so forth. Definitely appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You're going through a very hard time right now, with Tekashi locked up, the rest of the label locked up as well. First and foremost, how are you doing right now?
I feel like I'm doing the best that I can right now at this point. I'm holding up pretty well, a lot better than a lot of people think I am, actually.
Okay. Your daughter is okay?
Of course. I'm just fortunate that she's still at a young age, that she doesn't really understand what's going on. So I'm just happy that it's still normal day to day for her.
Yeah, because she's 3 years old now?
Yeah, she turned 3 in October.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Most times kids really don't remember a lot of stuff before 5.
Yeah. I try to keep it as normal and as consistent as I possibly can at this point. I don't want her to feel out of place or feel like there's anything different than what she's used to. So
No, absolutely. Now, I want to talk about your whole story, but before we do that, I kind of want to talk about some paperwork that recently got released, which you have on your lap right now.
I do.
And this is essentially Tekashi 6ix9ine's transcript of his guilty plea. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have you read? Let me see where exactly it is here. It starts at the end of page 29 on line 24.
Page 29, okay. The defendant's obligation under this agreement are as follows: that he shall truthfully and completely disclose all information of the activities of himself and others to the U.S. Attorney's Office, that he will cooperate fully with the New York City Police Department, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Homeland Security investigations, and other law enforcement agencies. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
That he shall attend all meetings of the office, that he shall provide to the office upon request any document that shall truthfully testify before the grand jury or at any trial, that he shall bring the office's attention all crimes which he has committed, and that he shall commit no further crimes.
Okay, and read the next paragraph, and that'll be it.
If the defendant does this, the office, and this is detailed on pages 4 and 5 of the agreement, agrees not to prosecute the defendant for the crimes set forth in counts 1 through 9 of superseding information, as well as additional crimes that the defendant has told the government about.
I checked with a lawyer in terms of what this means. From your point of view, what do you think this means?
You gotta read in between the words superseding and all of that. It's just, he basically admitted to the crimes he took part of, his participation, and he is agreeing to disclose any other information as far as what happened and who was there and how it happened. And step forth, since he has done that, as long as he does not get into any further criminal activity or crime, all 9 counts are out the window. Like, that's how I take it. Basically, we could read in between the lines what his agreement was.
Yeah, I had our lawyer take a look at this. Yeah. And essentially what she's saying, which is kind of mind-blowing at this point, is that if he agrees to testify and work with, various law enforcement agencies to convict everybody who he got arrested with, they're going to drop all 9 charges and not prosecute. And he will walk away with no prison time at all.
Yeah, he walks away. It's crazy, right?
pretty crazy because he was facing a minimum of 47 years for those 9
know.
counts.
Yeah. I just think it's unbelievable. But in a sense, not so much. For people looking outside in, it's unbelievable. But, I mean, it's kind of what was expected.
Well, the most unbelievable part on this, from my point of view, was that he actually admitted in the paperwork for putting a hit out on Chief Keef's people. And he identified. What was the guy's name?
Kuda B. Yeah, Kuda B. And
I mean, you see him in the TMZ video, basically putting this alleged hit out, and he actually cooperated and said who was the shooter, and he's now testifying against the shooter for a hit that he put out himself and getting no jail time himself, while the shooter is probably going to be facing like 15 to life or something like that.
Super fucked up. You know, Kuda B he has a whole song named after Kuda, you know? It wasn't just someone he didn't know, like a random person who'll just do it for money. If Kuda did do it, he did it off the strength of his relationship with my daughter's father. They were friends, you know? So that, to me, is pretty fucked up. You send someone to do something for you, and then when all hell breaks loose, you want to be like, oh, that person did it, even though they only did it off the strength of you asking them to.
This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how do you tell someone to go do something, they do it, and then you testify against them, and they go to prison, and you walk away? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I know.
You know, and honestly, like, you know, I'm kind of just outraged right now when I'm reading this. It really...
A lot of people haven't taken the time to read this. I fully haven't gone through this. It's just, like, so much. I'm, like, mind blown to see all the shit that's on this paperwork.
How do you feel being that you're out in the world and everybody knows who you are because he constantly would put you on video? People know who your daughter is. People know, your family and so forth. When he's cooperating with the police in such a way, do you feel like your life is in danger in any way?
Absolutely, to the ignorant people, because everybody who knows us personally, anybody who personally, I'm taking it as anybody who has something personal with him knows us and knows the situation personally. So I feel like they wouldn't necessarily direct it towards me and my daughter all the way, because everybody knows he didn't really give a shit about us, you know? So it's just like they know who to do anything to if it really came down to that. But as far as me, I still take precaution. I still make sure, because you never know. There's fans who are crazy and don't know anything, who can just do something to me and my daughter. Like, I don't take any of that for granted. But I do take precautions. I post my daughter less on social media. I keep her separate from what I'm doing. And I know basically, not necessarily that I'm all the way good, but I know people know me, and they know whatever he does, that's him, and I'm separate from that. Because he's brought me around many people who know my body and know I'm not like that. You know, when you're under pressure, you fold, and I guess that's what he's doing right now. So as far as my family, I got to look out for my family and make sure they're safe in all aspects, though. So I do take precaution, but not that I'm extremely, extremely fearful. No, I know how I move, and I move smart, so I can't say the same.
He does in fact get out, and I think that his sentencing, well, his next trial date, I guess, is in a year from now, which I assume is after he's, cooperated and everyone else has been convicted. I mean, being that he is the father of your daughter, are you going to be happy for him coming back home, or do you feel a certain type of way over how he came home, or how he would come home?
It's just on how he moves. At the end of the day, I have something in the long run with him. I have a daughter. So it's just like, do I necessarily respect and understand his decisions? No. But I feel at this point, he's not changed as a person. So I just coming with